Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I was thinking about how long we've worked together, and it's been 5 years, 5 and a little bit more.
Doesn't it feel like a decade?
Yeah, it really does. It's real estate years, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So we have an origin story, and I don't think anybody's a stranger to who you are in the real estate space, unless they've been hiding under a rock for the last few years. But I don't know that everybody knows your background and how W and Partners came to be, because I got to watch it, and I still get to watch it, which is amazing.
Yes. So I was a teacher for many years when I held my license, and I just kind of helped Brandon with his flips, and we were with another firm, and we really spent a lot of time in that firm, learning lots, growing it, and when I had Ellie, which was COVID.
When we met.
Yeah. That's like why we met, I think.
Yeah.
Like
we had babies 4 days apart.
Yeah. So that was when we kind of decided we needed to have something closer to home, and I was going to step out of the role I was in and just kind of run a team, so that way I wasn't traveling back and forth between the West Side and Tempe. And we opened a branch. We learned even more, got our team really founded and set up, and then decided to open W and Partners because we had kind of just a different vision than what we were currently sitting in. And it's been great. And the vision just keeps growing and growing and growing.
And it was on Earl, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the office on Earl. So I remember going to your first team meeting, and I've probably totally missed the mark on how many people. So how many agents was that at the very inception of W and Partners?
I think I started with 12.
12. That's the number I've used.
Yeah.
Yay. And how many agents do you have now?
I think we have 142.
And how many years?
3. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually 145 144 if I consider Wyoming.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We've opened in other states.
Yeah, so let's talk about it.
Yeah.
The national expansion.
Yes.
Why, where, when?
Yeah. So everything I do, even as a producing agent, through organic relationships. So the firm's growing in the same way, and it's just through organic relationships. And we want to have an impact on every community in every state. That's just our mission. That's our calling. We want to be that boutique firm that everyone knows, but we make positive impact on the community everywhere. So when the right connections and the right friends and the right relationships breed opportunities out of state, we jump on them.
Yeah, I love that. And what some people outside of the brokerage may not know, and I have the opportunity to work with a lot of brokerages in town. And one thing that I've loved since day one about W and Partners is that you all recognize the amount of families served, and I love those words specifically. But why?
Yeah, real estate has a lot of ego in it, and I wanted to find a way to cultivate a culture that got rid of some of it, kind of brought grassroots humbleness back to the efforts that we have when we serve clients. So if we focus on units and families served, our lens that we place on our face is just a little bit more wholesome than doing the other way that real estate agents like to do. And there's nothing wrong with thinking about it in volume, but when you are worried about how many souls did you serve, you just generally have a better impact on everyone around you.
I couldn't agree more. Love it. Okay, so now let's get a little gritty. What would you say is the biggest mistake that you've learned from?
Hiring the wrong people.
You
don't even need to finish the sentence.
Okay, so let's explore that a little bit. What does that look like? What do you think your motive, or has there been a common denominator where you're like, okay, because I found over years that I can't change everybody else around me, but I can find where I'm contributing to a pattern in my life. So is there something that you found was a pattern for you that you had to change?
Yeah, so you know, when they talk about the concept, like, believe people when they show you who they are.
Mm-hmm.
I think I ignored that on a few hires, and they came out right when I hired them and showed me their red flags, and I was like, maybe they'll change, or maybe I can influence their life in a positive way to maybe not be that big red flag that they're waving in my face. But they have proven me that they still hold the flag, and it's probably best if we don't.
We like to paint them yellow, I say, when like there's like, you know, something, and it's usually like production on the other side. There's, you know, a carrot being dangled, and you're like, actually, maybe it's yellowish. You know?
Maybe it's orange. I don't know. Like, can I help them? Can I turn this into a situation that benefits both of us? And sometimes, but for the most part, you have to believe people when they show you who they are. And when it doesn't align, don't hire. So that's what we've learned.
So always, I will always, my team will tell you this, that I will always find the positive in any situation. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking for an agent now, and if there's agents out there listening, what are the things that you look for and have found? Because I've seen agents go to WM Partners and take their production from one level to another level. What would you say that common denominator, determining factor or factors are that you look at?
We call it like the thing. And it has no real description other than like they have the thing. And sometimes it takes a while. It can take 10 years in their business before they decide they want the thing. But they come in ready to work, ready to learn, ready to literally change what their day-to-day operations look like. And they have like a collaborative spirit, because we're just a super collaborative firm. So when people come in and they're happy to shake someone's hand and smile and introduce themselves, that's like a thing that we look for right away, because that's what our agents are.
I get it.
Yeah.
Another maybe not so fun topic, but I wanted to bring it up because I'm just straightforward like that, is, and this is not unique to real estate. I don't think it's unique to WM Partners or Lauren Wendt, but with exposure and social media comes the opportunity for criticism. Some people like to call them trolls. Whatever way you would like to characterize them. I don't think it's a secret that there have been some challenges there for you in the past year. So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with maybe somebody saying something that may be completely false or completely harmful or hurtful about you in a public setting when you have a lot of eyes on you?
Yeah. Well, it's not going to not happen. And I have pretty thick skin. So I think there's two answers to this. The first thing is that I only do good business, and I arm myself with the truth in every situation. So I deal with whatever's coming up in that same spirit. We're super transparent in everything we do. So I handle the situations in that capacity when they come to my plate. But I've also just learned that most people can't relate. They're not in charge of 300 people managing multiple companies that manage a lot of things. Nobody carries the same stress load I carry. Nobody carries the same responsibility I carry. At least the people that are passing judgment have proven not to have any understanding or relatability to what my life is. So when they do want to troll, I just remind myself it's probably because the perspective they're sitting in, what I do doesn't even make sense to them because they can't relate to it.
That's a good answer.
And it boosts my algorithm. So.
Hey, was it Madonna that said any PR is good PR?
Yeah.
Right? That's true. So you touched on 300 people. Mm-hmm. You have 3 kids. Now 4. Mm-hmm. Now 4. A husband, multiple companies. Mm-hmm. I know that this is like the elusive B word, balance. You know, is that a thing? How is it a thing for you? Like, what is Lauren dealing with on a daily basis to find her center? Because that's a lot of people that need you.
Yeah. We have in all of our businesses really good teams. We have found really good people. So we don't carry the load ourselves. And that's been super helpful. Outside of that, we have a list of priorities in life, and we just operate off of the list. And the kids and our marriage and our faith are at the top of it. So when things cause conflict in those three things, we have to get rid of them very quickly. But we also, Brandon and I probably just have a larger bandwidth than most. And we can just put out, we can work. Like our production is a lot more than the average person, because we have learned how to be proficient and efficient at what we need to get done. So, and then we escape Arizona often and take like a week for the family or the summer. So that's kind of where we find our center, is when we get out of town.
Love that. I'm a big fan of getting out of town. I have to. And it usually takes me like a day or two, my husband would say, to really unplug. Like I have to like unwind myself from the different roles, you know, like peel back the layers of the different things that I'm responsible for, so that I can plug in to being present there.
Do you feel like you're like almost lazy once you actually unwind?
Oh yeah. I'm like, I don't want to do anything.
Nothing.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
I'm a total like bum when I finally unwind.
It's so funny too. I mean, down to the way that I look. Like I have to, like, I'm either ready for work or I'm homeless. There's no in between. My husband's family last year, we went to Oregon and did a similar like hard pause, stayed in a cabin in the woods, and his grandfather was like, I see all these pictures on social media, and she's like wearing a baseball hat every day.
Does she own clothes?
So in that vein, with social media, people get to see a lot of our lives, you know, and document it. It's a great way to stay, you know, top of mind, stay in touch with our sphere, past clients, for you, agents, but Instagram is not reality, as you know. So like, if there was one thing that you would want people on Instagram to know about Lauren off Instagram, what would that be? I
like to show myself not necessarily working. I don't know if that's what people perceive, but I think I make it look easy. And like, what you don't see is how hard Lauren actually busts her ass off the gram to make sure that everyone's supported, everyone has resources, everyone has food on their table, all the things that we carry. And then outside of that I'm actually like a human.
Not a robot.
Yeah.
Although you can feel like it sometimes. I get it.
Yeah.
I get that. And not to make it about me, but we'll make it about me. A little bit. We have a relationship. We started our relationship at a different place that I was working. You were working at a different place. I moved, and I remember one thing I've always respected about our relationship is you came to me and said, I have another opportunity. We love working with you. I need to explore this opportunity. And we had a great respect for each other, but we didn't work with each other for a couple of years. And one day I got a phone call, and you had said, like, if it doesn't work out, you're going to be my first phone call. And then I got that phone call one day. So I've always respected, you know, the integrity in both of the calls that we had. One was more fun than the other. For both of us, probably. But I think one of my favorite things about my job, not that I ever like to see people leave ever, but the people that have left and see the value in what we do and come back tend to be some of my favorite relationships. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about, like, and again, this is not to be a knock on anybody, any place, anything like that, but really just looking at it, and really a credit to my team more than anything, because I think I'm going to probably answer part of it is, you know, the strength in what I do is having really good people as well.
Yeah. Well, you're very good at what you do, and your team's very good at what they do. And we had an opportunity we had to just explore. And one, like, what you do is next to impossible to recreate. So people think that they can, but they can't. And with where we're going, having a national brand really felt like it needed to align. So coming back to a situation where I was never wronged, the integrity of every conversation and how we've treated each other and spoke about each other, whether we were working together or not working together, was always just there. It was very easy for me to tell my team, this is the direction we're going because I know you will be happy with it. And then for them to be happy with it just really made my job easier. So thank you.
Happy to do it. Happy to do it. And you really do have great people. It's some of our favorite people we get to work with.
I do. I have really good people.
Yes, absolutely. I do too.
I do too. Yep, you do.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was easy.